Hey everybody, it is week 2 of 6th grade math with Dr. D. So let's talk about some of the things that we did this week, which were really highly effective. This was kind of a fun week filled with lots of surprises and inquiry, and we just kind of go with that. So one thing that I implemented that I found really helpful was having these little caddies at each of our students' desks, and as you notice, they have a number because students are assigned table groups based on the card they pick. So all my 5s go here, and this is their caddy. They have all of their materials. They have index cards, they have Post-its, scissors, colored pencils, and of course, whiteboard pens for their whiteboards, which are also at their desk, and glow sticks. So lots of fun goodies, and I love just having these caddies here because then I'm not worried about passing things out and making sure everyone has the supplies. So it really just cuts down on that space. One thing that we're gonna be implementing next week is classroom jobs. So this is gonna help me help the students help each other because we'll have classroom jobs like there'll be an engineer who's in charge of all the pencils, and we have our custodian, make sure the room's clean, etc. So we'll be introducing class jobs next week. But this week is all about getting our tools organized and, of course, 5 minutes before the end of a class, making sure everyone's caddy looks great and there's no paper on the floor. And then next week, I'll be delegating some of those jobs to students to help me help them monitor themselves. All right, so in addition to having these caddies, which are really important, especially if you're doing something like an interactive notebook, which I have my students do, and a few things which I'm going to include at the bottom of this link. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the video so you can get all these goodies. We have our math table of contents. This gets glued into students' journals. And then students can record the date, the title, and I also have a copy on my board so that students know what we're working on. Another thing that we're working on that's really important is just having a good math mindset, right? This ties into social emotional learning and just getting students to have that positive mindset when they come into the classroom. And we talk about each of these things like, hey, in this class, mistakes will help me grow, and I can do hard things. And so the students go through, we have a conversation about what it means to have a positive math mindset. These are agreements, and they go in the journal. So sometimes when I hear, I can't do this, it's too hard. I'm like, well, what about our math mindset agreements? Remember, it's just, I am not able to accomplish something yet, but if I keep practicing, I ask for help, so on and so forth, I will get there. And that builds into another practice that I do at the beginning of school, which is some SMART goal setting. And students set a SMART goal. They reflect on their own learning so far in math and what they want to achieve, whether it's, getting a good grade or being okay with making mistakes. That whole process is just articulated in having their SMART goal. And then after the students have identified their SMART goal for this class, then the next step is to have them kind of unpack that goal into 3 steps that they're going to take, materials and resources that they'll need, and specific actions. So it really just kind of articulates that whole process of goal setting. And finally, I also have them post in these charts, and this is the way that I monitor their homework. So if they get a stamp, they complete their homework, and then I can see who has completed all of their work for that week, and this gets posted in their journal. All right, so the journals, we've already started. We're taking notes. Students are constructing notes. They're working collaboratively, and then we're sharing out. And one thing that I've been doing in terms of, I have them come up with their own example. So this week we worked on area, and when they give me a really great example, I have them come up and share, and then I give them a sticker. And I got these cool stickers at the dollar store, and they really love them, which I was kind of surprised. And finally, we also have our interactive notebook contract that's included in their journal. And we have a conversation about what is the purpose of our journal. It's to help them study for tests. They can use it during quizzes, to make sure that they are responsible, right? So SEL skills, they're making up all their missed assignments, and they're using that to do their assigned work, teaching them to fish. We have those good philosophy conversations in our math class. Some games that we've played, these are just fun warm-up games for math. The students make an equation and they work cooperatively, so we continue to play fun math games, and you may have heard of SET as another fun math game with shapes and patterns. Conversations are happening, and we're reinforcing those group expectations and what it means to have collaborative group work. Because at the end of the day, we want to have this culture where kids are supporting each other and having fun with math. And speaking of having fun, this kind of happened organically. One of my staff members gave away these zucchinis, and I was like, how can I tie this into a math lesson? So I had my students, because I used to teach primary grades, do an estimation station and estimate the weight and the length. And I told them whoever's the closest, so this week we're going to reveal the actual length and weight. Don't tell anybody. We did measure the length and weight using these tools here that my science teacher let me borrow, and each manipulative weighs a certain amount of grams. So now we've found the total amount of weight. We're going to convert it from grams to pounds, which is how most people entered their estimate. And then we've already measured the length. So we're going to have a 3 acts math test next week where we have the big reveal. And of course, Dr. D is going to be bringing in some zucchini muffins. Some are going to be gluten-free because I already got a request for that. So hopefully this week you found some helpful tips. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you will get access to all my fun goodies that you can use across all different subjects. Again, these caddies are phenomenal if you really want to do group work. They're only $1 at the dollar store. And literally I had boxes of colored pencils that I just scooped up and put in here so they're nicely organized. All right, well, have fun. And don't forget to leave a question. Let me know what you're doing in your classroom or what you'd like to see. Next week, we're gonna be doing a group project on area, and we're gonna be talking about some of our class jobs. So it's gonna be a fun week, so stay subscribed. See you soon.